Good evening and welcome. Today we're going to talk about a very concerning topic. We are going to talk about what really I think is an important piece. We're going to talk about if, that upstart Florida management is able to manage, so many monumental names. My opinion is that I think the company very much has this idea of, let's throw on a YouTube match. And when some of the higher end talents see something they like, they bring it into his office. And essentially what we get is, we need to try this tonight, which I think is very much not a way to run a major organization, especially when you see more and more major talent coming forward, coming into that new territory that is just, it's been about 4 or 5 years. But the truth is, a lot of big names up there in Florida right now. I mean, we had CM Punk, um, we have Omega, Jericho, and a lot of these guys, they were always under that major New York mind, McMahon. And I think what we're seeing now is a lot of these aging legacy talent feeling that they're above the owner, which is not a good sign. One instance that comes to mind for me is when the company brought in Nick Gage to do a shoot, hardcore style, ECW style performance with Jericho, national television. I really don't believe that Kahn on his own would have chosen to bring that name in, because there's so much controversy surrounding it. There's so much political tension that I found it, that was the first sign where obviously the buck doesn't stop with Kahn. It stops when the major talent, have an idea, or they hear a story about a talent coming up who's fought hardships and they're brought in. In recent, we have seen a lot of stars that had career-ending debilitative issues when they were up in New York, brought back and are able to be celebrated not only as a legend or, a general manager type role, but the same as any other name that's brought forward. And I find that makes for a very interesting dynamic. I get excited when the fans, get those once in a lifetime opportunities to celebrate talent that may not be active at this time. Especially when it's a surprise, like we had Adam the Edge Copeland recently come forward and debut up in Florida. And it seems to be a very celebrated comeback to this world of entertainment. And I've never been a big fan of him. I do respect that he was a part of those influential years, but as I say, where really was he on the major cards during the peak of New York's history? If you look at a lot of those major cards, he's seldom seen, opening the card, or he's never the main event. But as the years went on, he was able to develop that heel character. Very much brought him to the forefront of the company when he was doing title matches, major performances with the likes of John Cena, Randy Orton. And now we're seeing him in the AEW Federation, and a lot of fans, a lot of great industry minds are saying that they think he should be celebrated more than Phil, more than CM Punk, because they see him more as a true leader. Now, he doesn't really come across, for everything bad I've said about Adam the Edge Copeland, he doesn't seem the type who's really pushing the promoters politically. I think he's always just been happy where he is. He seems to love what he does, and that very much comes through when you're talking about the industry. And I think he will work very well with a mind like Kahn. And we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I'm very excited. I'm always excited to see new matches when they bring that major New York over. Um, my microphone just died there.